Max, where should we go today?
Wanna go to Monica's house?
Don't want.
Okay, what about Bugis?
So far, I lazy.
Then we go Board Game Cafe at Prinsep.
Huh? That one where, sia?
We go clubbing?
I don't want.
Ish. Ayah, everything also don't want. Then lepak where?
Wait, did someone say lepak where?
Huh?
Our game contains a variety of identity cards, one for each player, money cards, action cards, and location cards. The objective of the game is to collect the locations listed down on your character ID. Every character has a different starting amount stated in their ID. This will determine the playing order. Continue the game clockwise, starting from the richest player.
Start your turn by drawing 2 cards from the draw pile and gain the amount of money stated on your character ID from the bank. You may play up to 3 actions per turn, or choose to skip even without playing all 3. So, what can you do in those 3 actions? You may purchase locations, discard cards, and play your action cards if you have any in hand. When purchasing locations, you may choose to purchase it from the location pile or strike deals with your fellow players. You can even do both, your choice. Action cards that have been played need to be discarded into the discard pile. You may choose not to play another action and end your turn. Every player has a maximum hand size of 7. If you have more than 7 at the end of your turn, you must discard and reach the maximum hand size of 7. If you are found with more than 7 cards when it is not your turn, you will lose a turn as penalty.
The game ends when all location cards in the location pile run out. The player with the most number of locations wins. If 2 or more players are tied for the highest value of locations collected, the player with the highest total value of location cards wins. If 2 or more players are tied for the highest amount of locations collected, the player with the highest total value of cash cards wins. Spend wisely.
This all may be fun, but we let you in on a little secret, which is our development process.
When Team Delulu hit the streets to interview anyone from the ages of 18 to 23, we've gathered enough data to conclude that Gen Zs everywhere face the same problems of time and not having a place to go with friends. So, we made it easier by condensing tons of hangout spots in Singapore into a quick and fun card game for everyone.
What now? We got together to brainstorm and thought of a few things. The first would be a Singaporean-themed trivia card game to test the Singaporeanness of the players. Those who answer incorrectly will be punished. This game would be fun, but it seemed far too generic and not everyone loves trivia. We all know Gen Z's prefer money over a small piece of random knowledge about Singapore.
Speaking of money, our second idea was to make a Singaporean card game targeted towards Gen Zs, tackling the common problem of finding out where to go on a day out. Singapore doesn't have many well-known games, so we decided to see if we could mix things up by combining a Singaporean game called Singaporean Dream with Monopoly, a game about real estate.
With Singaporean games being rare and all, we also thought about making a card game similar to Charade, but we slapped in a Singaporean twist by using Singaporean slangs, or better known as Singlish.
We chose, and you guessed it, the second idea. Although inspired by Singaporean Dream, we realized the game felt a little too old for Gen Zs to have fun with, so we decided to create a new one which was for Gen Zs by Gen Zs. We are well on track now, as we moved on to deciding what our game would be focused on, which is to tackle the problems of not having enough time and not knowing where to hang out with friends. During our ideation stage, we came up with plenty of areas and locations around Singapore, but quickly realized we had too many, so we discarded a few and selected the more convenient ones near MRT stations. Tweaking things left and right, we moved on to our prototyping stage and ran into more problems. Through playtesting of prototypes, we realized we needed more money, locations needed to be more expensive, or people would buy them up easily. Create a larger amount of cash for more cash flow, and create more action cards that allow players to sabotage one another. Something we noticed many Gen Zs love to do.
Picking up on these problems, we increased the action cards, added more money, and refined the amount necessary and made locations more expensive than they initially were. We also finalized instructions and made details clearer due to feedback that certain descriptions were rather unclear. All these little things added up and gave birth to the card game we have now, and that is Lepak Where, a game for Gen Zs by Gen Zs.